So when I do login.salesforce.com, so this is a developer edition or a production version we used to log in with login.salesforce.com. Getting? But when we try to work with the sandboxes, then that time we try to work with test.salesforce.com. So what do you mean by this? Hey, this developer sandbox, sorry, developer edition version, whatever, we either try to sign up for a free developer or when your development is completely done and you're going for a production live, so that time again your URL would be login.salesforce.com. So basically login.salesforce meant to be a production version. Since you are a developer or you're doing it, it's actually a production version. You're directly working on a production version. If I'm saying a developer edition, because there is no tied up arcs to you, getting. But if you are like purchasing an enterprise edition or maybe purchasing the unlimited edition from the Salesforce, so that time you can create a couple of sandboxes and then a production version. So what do you mean by this? So one version they're going to give you login.salesforce.com, which is like production. From there you can create a multiple sandboxes, and then from each sandboxes you can try to develop, push to next or like SIT and again UAT and so on. When you're trying to purchase for unlimited edition, mm, I think this I'll just cover up in the upcoming chapters where you say deployments or um, let's see, inbound process, outbound process management. Now I'll come to this 22. No, I'll come to the point where mhm, I'll explain this in 22, 22, 22nd, 23rd chapter. But I'm just giving an idea. Hey, what is this? Like, I just opened this. I got test.salesforce.com. So the moment I do, all the paid version projects will be running here. Let's say these are our clients. Um, many people are there like clients, and they would be working on these projects. You getting? So what I'm trying to say, if you're trying to sign up with Google or you're trying to sign up with, no, let's say Google is trying to work on a Salesforce project, so they have to buy with Salesforce. So that time, um, so they would create a name. How do we do it for assistantly? Admin at assistantly.com. So admin at google.com. So like that would be. You getting? So we have currently had a free developer version. It's absolutely fine. So we directly log with login.salesforce.com. At the same time, when you try to buy for unlimited edition, so they give you again the login.salesforce.com only, but that is a typical production version. But you don't develop directly into the no, production version if you are buying such unlimited or enterprise edition. So instead, what you have to do is from that login potential, whatever it is, you have to go create a new sandboxes. And in each sandboxes is something like a it is a different orgs. Like say when I try to create a developer sandbox, sandbox is the one which is like a few up to 50 orgs you can create there. 50 orgs, assume like how this developer org one we have. So like this 50 times you can create new things, and so but they have variants. So a couple of them you can have like a developer types, and three things you can have different types, which is like full copy sandbox, which says production copy 100% full copy you can have a partial copy, and you can have a developer pro sandboxes. So this chapter I'll explain you when it comes to the sandbox side. And I'm just giving onto looking onto the no URL. So you need to know what is this URL talks about. So these are the developers would go try to do sandboxes login via the test.salesforce.com. I don't know about the login.salesforce. What do you say? I don't know about the entire URL for which we are working on. So generic one is login.salesforce.com. I can give admin@essential.com and I can give password and move on. So if you know this URL of your company, so then often you can copy and then put this and then you can log in. Meaning of this is the unique URL for your company to log into Salesforce. If I don't know this, Then I'll go with generic one, login at salesforce.com. That's how I log in. Again, even for sandbox also they will have a URL, but generic thing is test.salesforce.com. If you don't know which is your particular URL, so go with generic test.salesforce.com and give your username and password. It will automatically get there. See, I just do the login at salesforce.com. The moment I choose instantly, see on the top you can see their automatic URL being populated at the top. Just getting. So now our focus would be on. So last class we have did an approval process. So now the approval process was something that the manual things we have to do it, where someone went and submitted for approval. Getting why through process builder I don't want it to make. Often this guys has to go and click on a submit button for an approval. I know that is a condition it meets to approval. See, last time conditions we have written like say you are if you are having a $9,000 above and your opportunity is closed one, you are eligible for approval submit. Correct. So let's quickly jump to the last class approval process and the condition. So this was the opportunity last time we created. Look at this. The amount is greater than or equal to 9,000 and the opportunity status is closed one. At that time, you try to make a the very beginning initial submission is something that yes, the record is logged for the submitter, and of course we're doing a field update quickly going to the opportunity saying that it is submitted, and we say an email alert, hey, initial submission is done by the opportunity owner name. At last time, Kumar was the one who submitted the opportunity, so Kumar names has been got to me. A couple of emails got from Kumar. So where he submitted, where he, I think so, Kumar for you also you should have got an email right, what you submitted, and then it moved to approved state. So all these emails even you should have got it. So yeah, so then approval steps. You look at this. There's a only one step. That means only one manager is there to him to approve for his gift options, whatever. So if it is multiple managers there, then approval steps also would be one, two, three, four as on, because that many levels of managers are there to approve this. So one after the other. It is not like either any one of them. It is like after one, another one, after one, another one. It's just like a hierarchy. So then the final approval actions is the one which we trying to give an approval saying that hey email it has been approved and we're doing a field update called approved. If it is rejected, of course the opportunity field we are saying that you are rejected and we sending an email. Oh, I think we're not doing any reject field update. Look at this. Okay, if you get a chance to do it, you can go deactivate and then edit these workflow actions. You can add field update and say that if this is a rejection criteria, I want to update opportunity field status to rejected, the one which we started no created that day, like same things. So now what I'm trying to do is I have a process builder now. So in this process builder, what we can do is I don't know whether I've noted out modeling battle station extended source. Improve data quality. Guys, did you try to do these stuffs? Which is like three things which I mentioned for admin related stuff. So this will be very useful. And the service cloud stuff we have here. Mm, and then approval checklist also we've seen. So another one is something called as process automations we have in the trailer. Process automation. Okay, let me just check this. Process automation specialist. It's a super batch actually, um, but you can cover up a few things in this. So what is like process automation if you think? So this is helping you out. So you need to know formulas, lightning flow. What is that? Lightning flow, workflow migration, lightning operating expressions. If I just jump into the formulas and validations, of course you would have done a course using what for the formulas. So you guys know about it. How to create formulas, roll up, create validation rules. So this would suffice things. And let's say if I say workflow, so if someone is taking the PD1 exam, for them, platform developer 1 certification, refresher, circle, DML. But this is the code logic. I'll get to this. The moment we try to write an Apex circles and then write a couple of basic Apex class and triggers, then this would help you out. But I'll say that this I would copy here, but this is very important. But this I'll keep into the dev side for the PD1 trails. Otherwise, for currently we have a process automation. Quick start is of course this also required. Add a process criteria, add your process action, test your process. So this is good for a process builder. Now which I'm going to explain the same thing along with some criteria these guys would have mentioned what to do with this, but we are focusing on our opportunity success, so I would be working on that. But ideally these guys also will have some scenarios so that you can cover up on. But nice to see how to add a criteria, how to see actions, all that you can see. Let's see what these guys are saying. Approval process workflows, time dependent workflows. Okay, exam practice questions. um, oh, this is nice. So now you guys would have gone through the approval process, workflows, time dependent workflows, process builder. So these are the key topics, and they have given few questions. Correct this out, and also if you don't know about something, this is the models that we have. Automate the process. Wow, this is nice. So take this off. So even the build a battle station app they have just given here, and these are different projects scenarios they have given here. Nice look into this. I think this is covering you everything what you've gone through with the recent things. Mm. So this is add-on for overall. So it could be a workflow, it could be a process builder, approval process, everything they've just given an idea. Overall automation. For now, I just copy to your chat window. If something that you want, you can to quickly keep note of it, or else I'll anyway send I don't know. I'll go to a chat window here. I don't have chat window. Okay, anyways, guys, I'll try to update that into our Google Notes. No problem. I'm just saving currently for this. Again, we're good here. Okay, so I have already clicked on to the process builder. So from the setup, so what my task is. So just giving an example, guys. What you can do with this? What do you mean by process builder? What are the few things you can do with the process builder? So guys, again, I'm audible. Where in voice? Okay. So here they're giving an example onto the process builder. Here, as your question. Okay. So I could see at the very beginning of my process builder, when the moment when I click on to the process builder with my setup, so there this screen comes up. So even these guys are giving some simple example. So when in what case the process builder will be used. So at the left hand you've seen with the process builder you can easily automate everything from a daily task like approvals and follow-up emails to more complex process like order renewals and new hire onboarding. To that level they can do. See what I can tell is for a trigger, if you see in a programmatic way, we have called as apex triggers we have. So what we do with that is it is a more complexity when you get into a normal point click can't do it. So we jump into trigger side. Right? So we jump into trigger side. So what that ideally it indicates. So which is not possible by the point click, you have to do a customization by writing a coding with apex trigger. So now at very beginning when it was workflow, yes, workflows cannot serve the multiple purpose. Like it can do only one action for a one rule. If you want to have another action, they don't have if else type. Like if if the your amount is 9,000 and your status is closed one, then I'll do an action for you. Then what if it is greater than or if it is less than 9,000? What needs to be performed? They don't have else type conditions there. So if you do this action, else you do this action. They don't have such options in the workflow. So that is the drawback which workflow had. Okay, if they have it, then what type of a scenario it would be? If else type of logic, it's something like you're cracking like a programming stuff. But however, these guys wanted to achieve with the point click only. So then they brought it process builder. Okay, process builder will make you scenario where it can do for if, and then if you don't like it, can go for else. And for if you can have a lot of conditions, for else you can have a lot of conditions. Overall, only one process builder we are building it. So it looks like a programming only. On before insert and before update or before delete, whatever you do some activity. After you insert, after update, after delete, you can do some activity. So generally, this type of ideas we do in a programming where I call as apex trigger. But at least the majority of what an apex trigger can do, your process builder is doing it with the point click only. If even more complex in the what process builder cannot do, then you should jump into the apex trigger. We can't do anything with that. So at least the minimal of what a programming thing can do, your process builder can easily do it off. So it can call up to 7 actions, like something like you can do field update, you can do email alert, you can send notifications, you can quickly set up a quick note, you can submit for an approval, so whatnot. You can call another Apex class which invokes some method and do some activity. A lot of things these process builder can do. So if you see, out of all these, process builder is little advanced in comparison of any record on a click on a save or do some activity. So process builder is very advanced compared to all this automation process. So like this. So first what you have to do is we have to select the object. In any case, you have to choose an object. If you go for a workflow, of course you choose a first an object. In apparel process we go, first you have to choose an object. Here also in the process builder, first we have to choose an object, which object we are determining in our mind, and then we are following the process to do with it. So likewise, the moment you choose an opportunity, object on a process builder, you should choose the entry criteria condition. In what case I need to perform this. Of course, here also you should say either when you create or when you try to update or every time. So that conditions we have here also, because that is a very unique condition. Always you need to know in what case I need to fire this process builder on a create or on update. So that condition will always be there. And what to be automated. So I can send a chatter groups, I can create a task, I can schedule an opportunity for upcoming days. See, you have a time dependent actions in your workflow, right? The same way here we can schedule an action, even the time dependent they've brought it here. A lot of things has been there. You will see now. Let me click on new. And the more exciting part it is, if something goes wrong with the process builder one which you have created the first one, you can clone it and then you can modify the newer one. Unless the clone one, and sorry, unless the original version would be into the production live. But what you're doing is you're cloning the new version and you're working on it. So the moment that it works, then you start activating this. The previous one would be deactivated and this version would be active. So let's say opportunity of the gift. So this is what I'm doing. So I'm just getting descriptions when amount and stage meets need to file gift approval. Okay, so this is my idea, and the process builder can starts always on the basis of things. When a record changes, when an event fires something, or it has been invoked by another process, chaining of process also you can do. So one process task is done, go for another process, do the task and go for another process. So chaining of process also we can do, or simply when a record is getting changed, you can modify that particular record only, or some event has been fired. So based on the event, you're working on things. Just a minute, guys. Is the audible? Okay. So did you get these conditions? What I'm trying to do? I'm getting new process builder, and I'm saying that when you want to fire this process, so on a record change or a platform event message has been received. So this is basically streaming APIs when the people are using it, like push and pull notification, right? That time this things would be useful to you. So in Salesforce separately, we have a concept called a streaming API. When a mobile bin or any activity that you are pushing from one system to another system. So ideally, I heard about Kafka. I don't know whether you guys have heard. Kafka is a system where Apache Kafka. So that system tries to deal with these all push and pull events. If you're dealing with some third party and then pushing it to Salesforce, we use Kafka. Otherwise, unless we have a Salesforce streaming APIs to deal to push and pull activity. So why Kafka is because you're integrating with some third party system. So they are trying to push some notifications to you, and we are the listeners. The moment we receive, we need to have a platform event, something like this. So what is received based on that, what activity will do. So then it will be useful in this case. And another one is it is a chaining of a process. You did activity in this process, you're trying to invoke another process based on the previous condition, then you can have do a chaining of process. Or it's just basic simple activity. You did a close one and your amount is 9,000. That means your record is got recently changed. So then, based on the record change, I am firing this opportunity for the process builder. So I idle check. A record is something changed on my opportunity. So now, so look at this. This is what I'm saying. So start, choose an object, condition, get inside. Else, go get to next. If that needs, go for inside. Else, go outside. So they're well designed properly. So this is the plus point we have in the process builder. It looks like a programming only now. Anyone can expect a logic and can do this. Look at this. Add object. I need to choose opportunity as an object. So start the process. Of course, we know that there is a record change, but in what case you need to do this? Only when the record is created or when the record is created or edited. Of course, I can't say at the very beginning only the record is created with the closed one and plus your 9000. I don't care. Of course, it is created or somewhere it is edited to match the criteria. So recursion allow the process to evaluate the record to be multiple times, no, not to be required. I don't want multiple times to be keep running on this process. What is this recursion is? So you saved a record. I'll go keep checking. Again you saved a record. I'll go again check my condition. Again you saved a record. I'll go check condition. Of course, every time that condition is checked and then we match and then move on. So you need not to keep rerunning and again and again. So when you do such, your record has been run multiple times. That simply utilizes your resources. You need to do when it's ideally really required to do this operation. That means you are double checking multiple times. Okay, so I've had the opportunity. Click on a save. I need to put a condition here. Based on the conditions, I have to guarantee auto approve. So basically, what I'm trying to say is opti check. So here I'm doing a criteria check. Criteria are met. This is more enough. If you don't want any criteria to be created, I just go click quickly jump on no create, just create the actions. So the moment I do this, no any criteria. Often when the opportunity record is getting changed, it will automatically come directly to these immediate actions. Why? Because you didn't give any criteria. If you have any formulas, you can write a formula here, or if you have a condition that basically you wanted to specify, you can do it. But yes, I have conditions where I check at a very beginning stage, where my stage choose this. Okay, stage is a pick list equals to pick list of closed one. I want a closed one and add in a row, and then the second one would be my amount, the amount field where I'm saying currency greater or greater than or equal to 9000. This is my condition. It was very beginning. So okay, for this one and two, do you want it to AND condition? You can say all of AND conditions, or either this or this. If you wanted to be saying that, hey, either it is a closed one or 9000, I can make an OR statement, or you can write a custom logic where you can write, because you can keep adding one or more rows, right? So one and two, and the next one if you have, you can say OR and then say three. This is something that custom logic when you write it. Let's say we have one, two, three rows. For the first two, you make it as AND condition. That means mandatory it's important. And the third one, if you say that it can be OR statement also. Okay. In that conditions, you can write this way. So unless and until now, it is something I'm just like okay with AND condition. Why? Because I want this both of the case should be true. So I'm saying that in what are the case that you can choose AND or R and combinations that you can go with the custom logic. So my criteria for approach check is this is ready. I'll just save it. Now add a condition on this case. Look at this. I have these many types of a process. Unless in a workflow you have simply called task. What is that? Create a task. Sorry, create an events or task. email alert, field update, outbound messages. The four things we had there. Now, look at this. This guy has so many things. You can call an Apex class. While you're trying to write an Apex class, the method of the particular Apex class should be having invocable method there. Only then that particular class will be populated here. Meaning, how from a process builder to call an invocable method, we will see in some time in the later stage of development scenarios. But this Apex class is you guys currently doesn't know about. Let's see, create a record. What needs to be done? Whenever you see an opportunity is 9,000 of an amount and the closed one, you wanted to create a custom record. Maybe for a gift record, some separate gift object if you have, and you're trying to insert the gift record there particularly. So then we can do a create record here. So they're asking which type of a record you wanted to do insert here. This is where basically you're trying to insert absolutely new record. In trigger case, this is after inserted something here because you doing some activity here. After you do this activity response, you're trying to create a record for someone. So this is basically an after insert triggers. So when I'm explaining about the little of the programmatic logic, you will get to know. But currently, you think here, so many options these guys has. Doing some activity, they're trying to create a record. I don't know where you want to create a record. It could be on a child record or it could be on a parent record. You are firing anywhere else. Okay? To a child record means you are a parent and you are going to child. Um, from to a child, if I want to do from a parent, assume this is a parent you're going to child. Let's say you're inserting to a parent, you go find for a parent and then you insert there. In either case, you can go downside or you can go to upside. So while creating a record, you can choose either of the object. Still fine. Now it says email alerts. I can fire any email alerts as which we have so much so far. We have created so many emails alerts. Choose them. You can fire for a flow. So flow is a separate concept, and it's something like this. We have I also tried batch to cover up on the flow. In just a quick review, you can do how other automation tools we have. The same with the flows is also. So so part of this process automation tools, you will see the flow, lightning flow, something like this. It is again a point click only, not that greatly used, but just to understand purpose, of course, you guys would require. So create record, email alerts, post a chatter. You can post to a chatter to respective um, chatter records. So what do you mean by chatter? Like just like communicating a message, putting like how Facebook messages we have, like the same way. But in Salesforce we have. So the moment the record is getting passed, and then we say hey to that particular group to a chatter, we can say hey this guy is Bono getting gift voucher, whatever. Or you can post the same record, notifying to the owner saying that you are about to get a gift opportunity. So this way you can call one process to another process. I was saying right, chaining of process. So on condition of this, you are trying to call another process. If another process would have been created here, it'll say here. If not, then no problem. So quick actions. You can call a quick actions. Quick action in the sense, the moment you do some activity here, you're trying to call a quick action activity. Even that is trying to do some logic for you. It could be global quick actions. Let's say create record, update record something, or you can choose a subject, or you can do choose a type. What type of activity that you have to perform on these quick actions. So Quip is a tool where a separate activity we have. So when you say something you want to do, work with a document and some document you need to create and then send it out. So then you work with a Quip. Send a custom notification. This is also very interesting part. So the moment you say that, okay, this also we can create, but you need to have a custom notification type. So we don't have, right? Okay, let me try to do this. It's a very interesting one. Guys, I'm audible. So post to chatter is over, and then quick actions. Quick action is something that you wanted to fire an action. Sorry, process builder. Post to chatter is over, right? So process. At the very beginning, I was telling about a process where um, chaining of process, one process to another process, you can call. Let's say this activity is completely done. So based on this, you have to fire another process where it has been linked to this. So you can call another process. If there is there, you can find it here via through this process. You want to call a quick action. Quick action is something that either you wanted to call a global action. Global means you want to open a screen and then to say, hey, update a record, create a record, something that you want to do. Or you are specifically targeting for an object or some type. And then you can use this. Quip is a tool where for document insertion we may have. It's a Salesforce tool. Even while processing onto the process, you want to create some document and insert to this. Like say GIF document, create an HTML and add to this. You can do it. Ideally, whenever you work on some document stuff, then you can focus on the website. Send a custom notification where, let's say, the moment you log in, you get a notification here, right? So we can also get some notification like this. Approval request for opportunities approved. Talk to customer. These are the notification we're getting it, right? So these are based on approval is firing or a task has been firing. So you can create a such custom notification fire here. Gift is about ready for Kumar. So please carry it on so on so date. I can send a notification to him also. To do that, I need to have a custom site type should be created first, and the conditions and messages I can give here. Action, record mates, criteria, notification type. If I just create notification type, I can get it here. Notification recipient is owner of the opportunity. I can do, and then owner of the opportunity obviously Kumar will be there. Notification title, what message to be there? Hi Kumar, or I owner name, or dear owner name. What is the notification body? Please collect your graph wrapper, so on team. So this is the notification. And the moment you save, so whenever the opportunity criteria we get that condition, so this notification will be automatically fired to the respective owner. So when Kumar logs in, you can see notifications fired here. Okay? So even that custom notification you can bring it up. It's very useful. Okay, that is something said custom notification. Send survey invitation. You can also send a survey invitation. See customer satisfaction invitation you can do because you have been uh, done with the closed opportunities, right? I can also fire a custom notification and choose the email content, server link. So email template, server link. Choose the recipient type, user in your org. So this I'm gonna send a server invite to you guys to opportunity on ID. What is looking for? Okay, opportunity on ID, that has been the focus here. Um, okay, I'm gonna say that expires in 5 days. So need not to have an expiry date. Fine. Create a unique server link invitation and associate the responder's name with the response record. Okay, let it be unique. So I want this activity one. This is nice. Send a server invitation. The moment when I try to close an opportunity and do it, I want an action to be fired. Gift. So it's not a gift server actually. Opportunity close the survey. So that link I have just posted here, and I'm just gonna save this because the first action which I'm gonna create is server notification. This looks good. It is a default server which is available in Salesforce. I'm firing that. So now I was in a survey. Submit for approval. Here we have. I want to submit the auto submit the approval. Auto submit. Auto submit for approval. An opportunity. Is it default approval process or something I create a specific approval process? Of course, I create a specific approval process where opportunity one gift. So this is my opportunity name. What is the approval process name? Skip the entry criteria. No, I wanted to have a entry criteria. The entry criteria would check for 9,000 an amount, everything that would do it. And submitter would be the current users or the user, the field current user. Of course, it's the owner who submits the approval process. Owner of the record or the user who logged in. So he can be a submitter. And what is the submission comments? Um, condition matched. I can say simply auto submit. Okay. So guys, our purpose is this. What I was doing is at the very beginning, I created a workflow, but that workflow seems to be having a condition where you need to go manually click for a submit approval. Now I'm making it as an automated way, saying that the moment the criteria meets, I would automatically submit for approval. Let my manager can click on approve. It is used as we can do that level approval also because already we have one level of approval. But at least for a submit case, why should I go keep doing this stuff? Because I don't know in what case 9,000 if your amount and you should go for a gift. Who knows? If the company has a logic of something, then they can have it. So in that case, I don't know what is my opportunity amount. My amount is met and the criteria is met, then I'm eligible for the gift. This is how it happens when you go to a particular shop. You don't know that you have been covered for a gift. So when you shop for so much, they will tell you, since you shop this much, you have a gift hamper for you. Something like this. So you should automatically submit for the approvals, and then the manager will say that the gift would be passed to you. Is any questions here so far? I chosen I chosen the object when a record is created or edited. I chosen the criteria here. Criteria can be and or custom logic of this also you can have. If you want, you can have some formulas that should be felt true. Then based on that also we can move on to the criteria. Or seen sometimes we don't have a criteria, just execute that. So then you choose the third option. So now we know that these two things we have chosen, and then quickly jumped here. Then I choose an action. I can see one or more actions here. So I choosing one or more actions. And then sometimes I can have add an action also I can do. So I can get into new actions. This also I can perform. And at least two actions we have. One is for the survey. Just I'm just doing it, just to on a curiosity. I'm just doing this because on a closed one, a user of the opportunity would be getting a server link. So you can click on the link and you can do some survey activity for the particular opportunity. What was his journey? You can explain there. So that way we understand the customer's happiness. So that is one thing we have. Another one we have is auto submit your approval. So that also we've done with. If any other actions we have left, what is the last? Update records. So updating a field record. So we have write something called as status is pending, sorry, submitted, approved, rejected. We can have one more status there also saying that gift provided, gift filed, something that we can have an update statement where ideally this tries to update a record. Hmm. Update record. So let me try to select the opportunity record that started your process. Yes, I choose this opportunity only. I want to update a field. Action name is update description. So currently it was having some other description. Now I'll update this description to. So overall your opportunity not submitted. It is again value would be um, eligible for gift and summer outreach. There's a message I'm gonna give an update record. On a description, I'm doing this. Ideally, opportunity description would be something else. Finally, we don't get a description. I'm appending this, updating this value basically to have You're gonna give the gift. So that is from the process builder. You can assume it. Now look at this. I'm gonna activate here. So the moment I activate, look at this. What it says. Activating the process automatically deactivates the any other active versions. So the deactivated versions will be available in your version history. Let me confirm this. So that means you currently have activated it. If you come to view all process, let's come to this. This is the only one which I created here. If you click here, you can see version 1. So that means this is the first version you created. Why we do this? Because I just jump in here and I see something went wrong. I wanted to modify this. To modify this, I cannot directly edit it. So first, basically, what I have to do is I have to do a clone. A new copy of version would be created. Then I have to modify that and save it. So while saving that or activating that, this current version 1 would be deactivating automatically. That is what they're saying it. So you can't directly edit anything here. Getting? An active versions of a process builder, you can't edit anything here. You need to clone it and then you have to make a new copy. In the new copy you can work on. You can come to the existing. Now it is all read only to you. Whatever you see, it is all read only. Look at this, no save here. Come here, click here, it is all save. No save here. Cancel only. It's basically in read only mode. Of course, you want to modify, then please clone it. So as when you keep on cloning, you do get into new versions. And so while deploying from one R to another R, the latest version only will go to your next level R. You're getting? It won't take again bunch of versions to next level. Only the active versions which is there that will only take to the next org. So now let's come to our project. Hey Kumar, have you logged in? Can you log in with rep at ipp.com and try to create an opportunity onto the Marnath? Because I am excited that you would get an invitation link, server invitation link. So let's see. Create a new opportunity at the very beginning with some XYZ amount and then make sure that is going to pass with 9,000 plus your opportunity should be closed one. Then you should see. Okay, wait. Please share your screen so that will help us. I'm stop sharing the screen. Um, Check Kumar if you have access to share, or else I'll give you. Yeah. So yeah, you can give it a very big 9,000, no problem. But it should be known not to be in a closed state. And just you're opening an opportunity, and later on you can modify the record to closed state. Because no opportunity at the very beginning it will be in closed state. Any date, no problem. Yeah, save it. And then modify the record again back to look at this description. Do you have anything? Like let's say go to this opportunity, go to detail section. Hmm. Can you come to description? So currently there is no description. Description is blank. Now, can you change this stage to closed one? eligible for gift and soon would reach for the customer. Can I go back to your sorry scroll down to approval stage? Come scroll down, approval history. Look at this. This is automatically submitted approval process. Correct, right? Approval request submitted. So ideally at the very beginning, what you did is in last class. So you went and manually clicked on submit for approval, and this time you didn't touch anything. So automatically the approval is submitted. Now manager headache is gonna do an approve. So it is still in the pending state. It's fine, but you are not having any burden to go click on manually submit. Nothing else. Yes, condition met. I just fire for an approval. So again in a description put as saying you would get a gift sooner. Correct. So check any email you have got any invitation link. Yeah. So I've been survey link I've been given, right? Oh, nice. Look at this server link got open here. I don't know. Would you like to rate a service? See, look at this. Nice, nice. You put a service, you put a comment. Just no, put a survey and enter to this. Let's see what happens to our. Uh, so this is I'm saying that you have been closed with the opportunity, and then I'm firing out to you saying how was our service to you. So this any comments, any people who do that the same thing here. Thanks for your participating. Thanks so much. Okay, nice. So we're able to fire a server link also here. Good. Okay, let me take over. Okay, Apple process done with an example. Guys, in 2 more days, I think in 2 more days we would cover up the admin. So I think we have done with this chapter. So that is very important chapter. Otherwise, so we're gonna simply create a reports and see how it works, and we can do data import and export activity. And before jumping to 16 to 19 chapter, what I do is tomorrow I'll just talk from 20, 21, 20, 23. So this one day I can complete it off. Then leftover chapter on the last day will take it off. If reports and data it will just take a little time, and I want to spend some time on securities. So max 2 to 3 days we have. However, this week your admin would be completed for sure. Thursday, Friday, Thursday, Friday should be my max. If something is left over, I can take on Saturday, or else I'll kickstart with the development things. So I'm just taking on the continuous days. Do you require any off on one day, or is it okay to cover up? I mean, to go on. So what about you, Anil Kumar? Uh, So yeah, no problem. So then I think I will keep continuing on the things. Hmm. So no any problem. I think in other 2 days we should be focused to complete the admin side. So while I'm doing, please know I'm also giving you a trailer, guys, so that you need to come cover up, or else after few state after maybe you not have an interest to complete those things. So now is a good time. So while covering up the course, you do a hands-on activity. So your batches count is also getting increased, and your level of interest onto the hands-on would also be there. So because which I today explained you unless you do a hands-on only, then you'll get to know. So trailers is the best one. Already we have maybe the actions whichever I have given here. You can try additionally there to the existing whatever the condition these guys are mentioning here. So so it is good to cover up the trailer batches. That's my recommendation. Fine. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you all. So we'll see meet up on tomorrow for from 20 to 23 we will cover up tomorrow for sure. Okay, because these are more on the theory oriented and how do basic activities those will be there. 18 and 19 chapters are very interesting in terms of how a security we're going to give open up access that we'll see, and then it's a basic thing how to create reports and how to import and export the data. So it's about all about data. So firstly if you do the 2023, then the leftover is this. Either I can do it in 2 days or three days max. That's the idea. Okay, thank you all guys, see you tomorrow.